Okay, I think I'm back up if you guys can see this. Um, Let me know. Let's see if this is working. I think they took down that video. Damn. Brutal. I'll wait for people to trickle on in again. So, yeah, they took down that stream. That really, actually, really fully pisses me off that they did that. I did write an appeal. So what happened was I got a copyright strike. Technically, I got a warning. A copyright strike makes it so that you can't upload for a week. And for the reasons, like you mentioned, Cat Smith for you, that YouTube policy on spam, deceptive practices, and scams. There's none of that. What was going on was I was showcasing Apple's, thing. I didn't purposely watch the whole thing for multiple reasons. One, it's boring. But I was commenting on it. Fair use, in my opinion. This covers fair use. I was covering probably 50% of the video, and I was stopping often to comment. So I've countered their claim, which it's Apple. I guarantee Google's going to just side with Apple. But and it's a warning, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I'm not making any money off this right now. I'm not doing there's a lot of stuff that I know people get tired of the YouTube fair use and all that. I was testing it a little bit with Apple. Apple, full on, I will say this right now, are assholes and they really do practice pariah kind of style of things. Like, you can't control your media forever. It makes you look bad. Just let people comment on it. So we're going to just go to their website, and I don't think they're going to do anything here. But at least we can see, okay, here's how this looks. We already know how it looks. I don't know. Maybe... So this can change the immersiveness between the room, being full VR and some AR. I think people were saying that augmented reality has to be a pass-through. I don't agree with that. I think augmented reality is, if you can see the room, even if it's through camera, it's still augmented reality as it's your reality. Yeah, no, Deathlord Strong, you missed my other stream where Apple took down my stream. Yeah, let's look. I want to see how compatible this is. I guarantee you it's an USB-C. FaceTime. I mean, this is all cool concepts. I like the concept of what it's trying to do here. This is very dystopian, though. I get what people were saying, why this is dystopian. I think, what's his face? Super popular tech blogger or tech person, all that. Yeah. She looks dystopian. So weird. Good morning, everyone. That's Cat Smith for what? DLS, who's going to buy this? I think people are going to buy it. Honestly, let's say if I was making more money than I am now, I would buy this. I'm also a super tech enthusiast, so new novel things also. Oh my God. Okay. Ugh. Apple's Vision Pro is designed to sustain high performance workloads that is capable of running for 2 hours on a single charge. So this is the wireless capability, which is interesting. Okay. So it is wireless. I kind of figured it was, but that wire is really off-putting. I want to strap on the back and not have to have a wire. I want it to be wired across this or somewhere. Balance it out, put a little bit of heft in the front, balance it out with a pack in the back, and if you can, clip it on the side. I don't care. I don't want, if I don't want this to, I just don't want it to be hanging down. I don't like that. Yeah, sorry, Cat Smith. For some reason, I like saying Cat Smith for you. I don't know. Rolls off the tongue. The girl who's wearing the glasses looks like that one character on Christmas Story with the goggles. Yeah, yeah, that's true. 4K TV for each eye. Ultra high resolution display system that packs 23 million pixels across 2 displays. I know they've put a lot of money into this. The brand new R1 chip for the virtually lag free. So it could still have some lag. Real time view of the world. And with these types of products, you don't typically want to be the first. You want to get the first version of it. You probably want to wait a year or two until they come out with the second version. They get a lot of the stuff kind of. Yeah. Yeah, audio comes from here. Spatial audio. Yep, that makes sense. I'm not surprised. Still looks so it looks so weird. I'd rather have it be completely transparent and see my face. And I get it. Like if they're trying to have a screen there, I get it. It's difficult to do that, or just don't see my eyes at all. Because this just honestly, it looks a little terrifying. If you slap this on a person and running at me, I'm gonna feel like I'm in a horror game or a horror movie. All that being said, I actually think it's a better design than I was expecting. It doesn't look bad. I think functionality, it hits a lot of boxes. I think they're doing a good job. I'm really curious to see how it compares to other devices. The problem is it is not a practical device unless you're doing virtual desktops. Like if you're like, okay, I want to be able to program and have multiple things and not have to buy 5 different screens that are expensive, or I feel like this is comfortable enough I could be in this for 8 hours a day, which I doubt it. I've been in a VR for like 4 or 5 hours, and coming out of that feels like you're exiting the Matrix. So yeah, Optic ID is the new secure authentication system that analyzes the user's iris under. That is cool though. That is cool. I doubt it's new-ish, but that is cool. I think it is wireless. It has its own computer built into it, and then if to sync up, let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit more so you guys can. What? Did I just? Damn it. An infinite canvas for apps that work at home. Vision OS features a 3-dimensional interface that frees apps from the boundaries of a display so they can appear side by side at any scale. Apple Vision Pro enables users to be even more productive with infinite screen real estate, access to their favorite apps, and all new ways to multitask. And with support for Magic Keyboard and Magic Trackpad, users can set up the perfect workspace for or bring the powerful capabilities of their Mac into So it works with Mac. We know that. I have if it's wireless though, work with Mac. Wow, they have a digital keyboard that you can use your fingers on. Those don't work very well. You have to have some tactile feel. I like it. It needs conceptual and practical bugs worked out of like how you're going to interface. Like VR for me, the only useful thing for VR for me, because I have used my Index and my devices, my VRs for virtual work with virtual desktop. It's pretty cool. I can only do it for about 2 or 3 hours before it gets exhausting. Games though, VR games are pretty amazing. I'll be honest. I'll get to chat here in a second. Built on the foundation of decades of engineering innovation in Mac OS, iOS, and iPad OS and iOS are different. I didn't realize they broke off. They must have broke off a couple of years ago. Vision iOS was designed from the ground up to support the low latency requirements of spatial computing. Breakthrough design, performance products like designing. I want to see. Let's see. It probably works with iPhone and Mac. I have a feeling it potentially won't work with anything else. DLS, that's awesome. I'm glad you're over the Rona Wolf. I'm doing good. Tomorrow is my birthday and get to leave early from work, so that's exciting. Dude, awesome. Congrats. Happy early birthday. Oh. Yeah, I still rather get the PSVR 2 for a lower price if I wanted to get into VR. Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to get into VR. If you're trying to get into it for games, don't get this. If you have a huge Apple ecosystem and you want to try something semi-gimmicky right now, I don't think it's going to be as gimmicky in the future, then get this. If I had the money, I'd get it. If I had enough money. There's other things. I'd rather put this $3,500 into like savings or something else before that. But let's say if I was making $500,000 a year, I'd get this. That's my stipulation. I can't even get Diablo 4 right now. I'm gonna go now. Bye. It's been mostly fun though. What? That Cat Smith. It's been mostly fun though. I'm sorry if I was boring, but you have a good one, man. DLS. Thanks. Thank you, Wolf. I'll be playing Diablo 4 all day, hopefully. Ooh, yes, Diablo's coming out. Also, thank you. I still have some symptoms. Yeah. Cloud. Good morning. The blinking man. Yeah, am I blinking a lot? No. Welcome. Hello and welcome, Cloud. Rona has some aftermath, which is horrible. Yeah, Rona. The Rona can have some pretty fun long-term effects. Usually dissipates for most people, but there's some people that are still struggling with it. I think you'll be fine, Wolf. At least you can smell a little bit more now. As far as, let's see what mood, let's see.
Change your mood. Well, these are full spectrum infused gummies from Hello Mood. I've been trying mood products for about...
Last time I had gummies, I woke up somewhere different after a 2-day binge of, I don't know what I did. No, I'm just kidding. He's going to be overreactionary. This is Mudahar, some ordinary gamer. He's always he's good. He's a hater on things, but he likes his Steam Deck, and I do like his stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, woo!
But I wanted
to talk about that Apple.
Yeah, I want to see what his initial thoughts are.
Vision Pro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today was an interesting day. I woke up and I saw the WWDC, which is basically Apple's, yearly presentation. Basically, you're excited for the new iPhone, the new MacBooks, the new iPads. Now, I'll be real. I was excited this year because I thought, I was hoping, all right? I huffed the copium. I thought maybe Apple would just make a foldable phone. You know what I mean? Then I would...
Honestly, an Apple foldable phone would be cool. I'm curious to see what they do. And an iCar.
Go on Reddit or like 4chan, and then I would just try to see the Apple fans try to like explain why this foldable is going to be better than the other foldables. Anyways, that didn't happen. But boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we got some Black Mirror on today. This is not a joke. This is not a fake page. This is a model wearing the Apple Vision Pro. Yeah, they got some new goggles, ladies and gentlemen, some new AR goggles, if you will. Sorry, that's a copium kind of hitting me up there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tons of companies have made this. Valve has made it through the Index. Meta, all right, Facebook, Oculus has made several actual headsets. Some of them are actually pretty good, like in terms of pricing. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like more and more, like he gets sensation, and it could be just what's going on right now. Like, I feel like he's on crack right now, though. He's probably on his energy drink stuff that he drinks. He gets
I'm gonna be honest with you, the Oculus Quest is pretty reasonably priced, okay? I think it's definitely a million times more affordable than some of the other shit. And of course, they've also got the Meta Quest Pro, which, again, if you looked at
his sarcasm's pretty good.
It isn't doing so well. And then, of course, you've got mixed reality. This is mixed reality, okay? This isn't like totally committing to the virtual world of Roblox-like graphics, but it also allows you to put augmented reality in the entire world around you. Now,
from my understanding, it can just do both. It can do full VR or partial VR.
This is something
AR.
Apple's been kind of doing for the last few years with their iPhones. They actually have really stellar augmented reality.
I agree with them on that.
Devices. So they got like a 9-minute presentation of it. And
don't do it. Don't watch it.
To be somebody putting on the old helmet and actually browsing through what they could easily do on their actual cell phone. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to pay $3,500. Yeah, that's not me memeing. 3,500 US dollars to get this headset. Now, obviously, if you're looking at how smooth it looks, oh wow, probably is going to run smooth. It better run smooth for that price. It better look that goddamn sharp. And this better not just be clever editing, Apple. So as you can see, these two kids are playing, and the guy puts on his like Apple augmented reality, and he can record his children with Apple.
I'm not gonna. I like this feature. I want an Apple Glass that's just like glasses, like sunglasses that has a little camera or just some type of camera and have good video recording. I don't want to look like I'm freaking a monster from or alien monster or whatever. I'm not really like an alien, I guess, to come to abduct my kids. I don't want them to be sitting there like, why does dad always have those goggles on while he's staring at us?
Vision. Why you couldn't just whip out the iPhone and do that right there and then view this on the couch?
Hands-free is nice. Sometimes you get a little distracted while using the iPhone. If you could just start the video recording with the goggles, that's not bad, but yeah,
Save yourself
not practical.
$3,500 is beyond me. Hey, you guys want to make FaceTime calls? Yeah, I used to just put the phone up to my face. Now I have a $3,500.
Their glasses were true AR. Yes, Microsoft did do AR glasses, and they had some practical things, and they're still working on it. I think they're working. But they've kind of bowed out of the consumer market. And I think they're doing more business to business or business to government, B2G, contract and stuff like that. Honestly, there's some cool concepts that you can do with AR, with training and all that. Like, I'd really like it. So from like this one seems like it's a B2C, but business heavy C.
Helmet doing the exact same thing. Look at how goddamn dystopian this shit looks. And it's cool that you can open up a FaceTime call on your phone and blow it up to your wall size. But again, I want to...
Yeah, it's wireless, but you have to hold this battery pack. I hate that. I hate this. I hate that design. I cannot believe they did that.
This after like 20 minutes of using the device. Arguably the coolest thing
Wolf, why is Dad always wearing those goggles while he's just staring at us?
about it probably is the ability for you to use it as a television set. But at the price that they are charging, why the fuck wouldn't you just buy an actual high-def TV? You could buy OLED televisions.
It's because portability. Let's say if you're a little bit more nomadic, like if you want to live in an apartment or you go hang out at different places. Let's say if I travel a lot, I actually wouldn't mind traveling more. And if I was at a hotel, I'd rather just deal with this than with the TV. Then again, I kind of like seeing the space around. I don't know if I'd want to just go to a hotel and just be jacked into a VR and watch movies for like 3 hours. Honestly, I feel like I get murdered that way.
Price and get absolutely brilliant picture quality. Ladies and gentlemen,
I think the picture quality on this will be pretty
good. I
good.
genuinely try to question why.
But will I have like multimedia player that I can consume like other media than Apple's I don't like Apple's. I don't buy into Apple's ecosystem. Hey Kat, how's it going? I don't like the Apple ecosystem. Being in the sense of like movies, music, all that. I 100% stay away as far away as I don't like things that I can only consume on one platform. What was nice about Google Music when it was still a thing, I could consume it on Apple or Android or anywhere. I could consume it anywhere. Spotify's the same thing. I'm not going to be tied down to one platform. Stop trying to tie me down. Don't like it. I get it. Why would they? I don't know. So if I can only watch movies that are iMovies and stuff like that, I'm not going to, well, not iMovies, that's an editor, but yeah. Hey, I'm glad you're doing better. So you're feeling a lot better. That's great. Kat, DLS, are they water resistant? Would go down a slide or a roller coaster with these? Lol. How weird would that look? Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you want to like troll, like get a broken set and just troll people, like you could, it'd be really bizarre and funny. I thought you were asking if they're water resistant for other reasons. Potentially.
Person using a very, very cheap PlayStation 5 in comparison to play some goddamn NBA up on the massive television. All right. Or sorry, the augmented reality.
You're just going to
TV.
see pixels and see less detail with that.
Now you might be like, whoa, Muda, this must be a crazy killer device. And it kind of is. Obviously, at Apple's website, you can read the Los Angeles Times on the wall. All right. Again, Why somebody isn't just doing this on their cell phone by scrolling up is beyond me. Maybe even the iPad. I don't know. You've never seen anything like this before, except we have. Nearly every mixed reality headset allows you to actually use monitors, or allows you to like project the monitor into the world around you or view media in the world around you. This is not revolutionary. This is just needlessly expensive. It's good tech. I'm sure it runs smooth for that price tag, but it is needlessly expensive shit by Apple.
Yeah.
Now, of course, some
X-Real, I actually wouldn't mind getting a pair now, but I've contacted them, but I think it's going to be a little bit before I'd be able to get a pair.
of the features that they have over here, the only cool one I would say is this one where the guy has like multi-monitor settings. And as somebody that uses multi-monitors, having a bunch of monitors, especially if like I'm traveling somewhere and like, hey, I have to have like a multi-monitor workstation setup.
Travel.
Then I'm also carrying my laptop and an even more expensive, headset around me in the world, okay?
For traveling, I could totally get this if you want to do multi-monitor development and stuff like that. I get it.
Now, of course, for a device like this, ladies and
I still, at the same time, part of me is fine at home and certain places. I feel safe. But if I'm in public and have these on and I have it more closed down to where I can't see and it's too big, I feel like I don't know.
Gentlemen, you may wonder, goddamn, how long does it last? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here at Apple, the engineers have said the external battery supports up to 2 hours of use.
Yeah, that's so bad.
Up to 2 hours of use. The moment you start doing anything intensive on it, that shit drops. So, ladies and gentlemen, some of those movies, some which are over an hour and a half, 2 hours long, yeah, all of a sudden you need to be connected. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the worst experiences I ever have with any of these devices is having it tethered to something. One of the only ways that I can play VR games is through Oculus's AirLink, which allows me to wirelessly stream my PC display to the Oculus device.
Oh, yeah, he's gone a little overboard. It's not that bad, depending on what it is. If it's for gaming, and I have my wire up above me. Typically, I haven't done VR in a while, but great. But if it's for like this, like productivity stuff, yeah, that's no.
That is genuinely freeing. Now, maybe I'm like not the biggest VR nut because I know a lot of people that love to live in virtual reality. But to me, I think the entire fun of it only lasts for like 20, 30 minutes before, the sweat starts to build up around your eyeballs and genuinely.
I think it's just because you drink so much of that drink, Mudar.
The batteries start to degrade after that point, and the luster sort of wears off. I honestly cannot imagine myself putting on a headset like this and enjoying like working with it necessarily. Maybe this is great for like certain workstations, or especially if you're like an engineer that constantly is moving around and you need like levels of like LiDAR displays, measurements, and like a computer everywhere you go. That is a very, very specific use case. And obviously Apple showed this during their consumer showcase, which like,
yeah, we don't need to watch much more of that. Then there's Linus's. Let's see. LTT. I do want to see his take real quick on it. Hating Apple is getting really hard. Yeah. Yeah, you do not play an ad showcasing the Vision Pro after you just got done banning my last stream for doing it.
Apple.
That's the saving grace, honestly, DLS, is that it kind of looks like snowboarding goggles. I was going to mention that, just never did. I don't mind that. I think that's actually how they're getting away with it a little bit. They have ones now that are telling, with snowboarding, they have some smart goggles and snowboarding now, which is pretty cool.
Demolish the competition, at least if you ignore the price.
It depends on what you're using it for, Linus. It really depends. I know he's a little bit clickbaity. We all have to be. That's how you grow. I mean, I could be used to be a little more clickbaity, but
not only is the Vision Pro looking basically revolutionary when it comes to headsets,
it looks good. It's the best one
Ultra chip
looking
in
wise.
The new Mac could be equally promising, at least if its raw size is any indication. 24-core CPU, 76-core GPU, not to mention a 32-core neural engine. I mean, how on earth are they accomplishing all of this in a single chip? How have they managed to do this without the price for the Mac Pro skyrocketing? And how are they justifying the apparent lack of support for add-in GPUs and confirmed lack of support for memory upgrades? Oh, yeah, did I mention that it's not all good news? Naturally, we've ordered one of each anyway, so we're gonna be giving you guys the full rundown once they arrive, which is why I need this segue to our sponsor, The Ridge. Father's Day is coming up.
Oh
and
my
Ridge
gosh.
has you covered
How
with
much
their
money
biggest
does
sales.
Ridge
We're
have to
starting
pay
with
for
the
Linus?
obvious eye catcher.
Don't get me wrong. I think I had a Ridge wallet. It was okay. But holy crap, how much money do they have to sponsor Linus these days?
The Vision Pro. Is this the most technologically advanced piece of consumer tech ever? Maybe. It's basically a wearable computer, and while Apple has been vague about a lot
Meta's
of
done
things,
that already
they
for multiple
Meta
years.
or the metaverse once, and they didn't really show off any VR games, so we don't know if we can call it a VR headset. What we do know is that it's Apple's first product capable of what they're calling spatial computing. Wait,
So
that
it is-
just a
it is-
fancy way to say augmented reality or AR? Yes. Yes, it is. And with the utterly mind-blowing price of $3,500 US, Apple has got an uphill battle ahead of them justifying this thing. But then again, maybe you'd be a fool not to buy one. According to Apple, it can replace your TV, your monitors, and even your sound system. That is quite the claim. But hold on to your keyboards, haters, because
It's okay. Once Apple owns everyone because their market share grows, they're going to own everything. The company's going to keep on growing. They'll be multi-trillion-dollar company. When you can't afford housing, they'll come out with HomePods to where you can live in a nice little home for $1,500 a month that you can set in and use these glasses.
they might not be that far off.
Then
the
it will be
mark.
practical.
At least
You got to see Apple's true vision for the long term, like what Apple truly wants to do in the future, and what this will be used for. It doesn't make sense yet, but it will make sense in the future.
if you live alone.
Semi-kidding,
First up,
semi-kidding.
It contains Apple's first 3D camera for capturing spatial photos and videos.
That is cool.
Driver audio pods that can use audio ray tracing for spatial audio, an outward display that reveals your eyes through the already impressive internal display, which
Creepy.
is a micro OLED with 23 million pixels. What? It also contains
crazy.
a ton of sensors to keep track of not only your eyes, you can supposedly select icons and objects just by looking at them, but your head, your hands, and your environment with precise tracking and real-time 3D mapping. Plus,
I do think that this design, it's probably patented. I'm guarantee it's patented. But this is going to probably open up to other companies kind of copying it. I do think Apple's innovation here will help our AR that is, improve.
did I mention
Which
that
is
you
good.
can look into the headset and have it scan your face into a digital persona? Looks like Meta's cartoony avatars are even more DOA than they were already. To do all this, Apple needed both an onboard M2 processor that's running computing-related tasks.
Okay, so I'm glad I shouldn't have watched the stupid presentation. It got that video taken down. I should have been just watching Linus's thing on it. It's summarizing it much better than all the fluff that was there. I didn't realize it had an M2 chip in it. I thought it just had an R1.
Vision OS, that's Apple's new AR operating system, and they needed their new R1 chip, which is dedicated to all the cameras, sensors, and microphones that make the headset work in virtually real time. Apple's claiming that you are going to experience only 12 milliseconds of latency when using the device, which, if true, would mean that the experience should feel basically instantaneous.
Yeah, you're not
When they're
gonna-
boasting the ability to recreate the world around you in real time using LiDAR scanning and true depth cameras from the headset you're wearing, while it supposedly runs cool.
I
and
still say she looks like a dystopian character in like a dystopian movie, like
quiet.
one that like has really
Man.
rich people and then also extremely poor people, which is most other people.
even at that price point, and with the fact that you have to have a tether running to a pack.
Yeah, it's really
I'm
bad.
pretty blown away. And while I still think it's worth noting that you can get a great computer and a monitor and even a basic VR headset for less than $3,000, considering the cost of Apple's other devices with M2 family chips, it's actually kind of compelling to enthusiasts who might have bought an XDR Pro display anyway. And it's doing all of this wirelessly with about 2 hours of battery life with support for hundreds of thousands of apps on day one. Insane. Almost as insane as the fact that we might be losing GPU support on the Mac desktop for good. I mean, don't worry, they say. The shiny new M2 Ultra chip has the power of 7 Afterburner cards. So who would want an RTX 4090 anyway? And besides, you've got so many other things that you want to put in.
It's gonna kill some game stuff on it, but I think it's a good way to go.
7 PCIe Gen 4 slots. Why a GPU? I mean, should we just be grateful that, unlike the new Mac Studio, it at least has PCIe expansion? Maybe. It also has a 24-core CPU that they claim runs nearly twice as fast as the previous gen 28-core Intel chip, and support for up to 8 displays.
Honestly, in a 10-minute video, he's doing a pretty good job of hitting everything. I am very talky in all my videos, apparently. Yeah, no, that's it. We covered the... we shouldn't show that. YouTube's not going to like me. Yeah. Cupertino, California. That's where their headquarters are. Okay, so, I mean, I think that's really it. I was going to potentially watch some other stuff, but that's going to be it for today's live stream because I've been technically doing this for 2 hours. The other live stream is in debate, and we'll see if it ever comes to light, the other part of this. So let's get to the end and ask you guys, what do you think of these? You guys have already been mentioning it through the whole thing, but how is everyone doing? And what do you think of this device? This waking up with the Brink when I do these segments is going to be more like watching things and consuming news or whatever it is. So, but yeah, I will have to say, I get why people are going to pass on it. I think people are really hard, like, pass $3,500. No way. I don't think you are ever going to be potentially the target customer for this. I think it's a good foray into AR, VR kind of stuff. I think it's going to help propel that, which I do want to see VR and AR do better. I just don't want a device that's going to cut me off from other people. I am an extrovert with introvert tendencies. I like hanging out with people. I like sitting down with people and interacting with them. I couldn't imagine being with my family or having my kids even have an AR set on and just be zoned out the whole time. I'd rather you be at least head first into a phone, but at least you can glance at me a little bit or feel like there's a little bit more human contact. When you put those goggles on, I feel like that human contact goes out the window. Productivity for working and all that, I do get it though, because I do work all by myself a lot. So, yeah. I wonder if there's going to be streamers and stuff like that. I could see streamers be like, yeah, I'm going to start streaming with this on so you can see my face or my eyeballs while I stream, but I can use a virtual desktop that you can see. I don't know. It'd be weird because I think it's only Mac compatible, which is what it is, I guess. I don't know what else to say about that because, I think for the tech, the revolutionary stuff, I think is really good. I think for everything else, potentially troublesome. Not being supported on other devices, the 2-hour battery pack. There's just a lot that's not going for it. So with that, let's call it a day. Anything else you guys want to talk about? If not, I'm planning on streaming. I need to wrap up some more stuff. When it comes to YouTube, this channel, the other channel, some edits and all that. It probably won't happen today, like me playing a game, because I have a couple of things to wrap up. Plus, I have an interview this evening, kind of like when I normally would stream around between 3 and 6. But once I get a couple of things kind of wrapped up, some other things. Yeah, I'm going to do a DLS. I'm doing a stream tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a Games Revealed stream, and I'm going to be doing the Brink stream. We'll probably start on I'm thinking about Amnesia. What was my list? Let's see where my list is. So my next game, I might even do Dead Space, but I kind of want to finish uploading all of the Dead Space 1 remake before I get into... Wait, what? Okay. Sorry. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay. Next games, the BioShock series would be pretty interesting if I want to kind of go back in the last, but I kind of want to play newer games. Amnesia, The Dark Descent, get into the new Amnesias because there's the 4th Amnesia that just came out. Dead Space 2 would be after I get the remake fully. We need to get the fully released on this channel. I don't want to start on the 2 and then not have the other one released. Among the Sleep is a creepy children's like one. Cyberpunk 2077 is going to happen. I'll play through that one again when the DLC comes out. Alan Wake remake is one that's on the list because Alan Wake 2 is coming out. We got Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, which is in the top running of the top 3 because there's Dead Space and Amnesia and Mordor. Those are the 3 that I'm kind of really thinking. Once I can get System Shock, the remake, that's a pretty interesting one. DLS, awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. Chat, you're awesome. And Wolf, hope you get over those After Effects. Yes, thank you, DLS, for stopping by. See you tomorrow, and I'll see the rest of you. Those are the games I'm planning on playing. So we'll see how we do with this channel and everything. It's fun. I like doing this. Thank you guys for watching. Check out my other videos, especially check out over GamesRevealed.com. I guess you can do GamesRevealed.com. Go check out Games Revealed. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Later. Wolf, Cat, DLS, Cat Smith. I know that you're gone already. Cloud, if you're still here. If not,